So this is eteach. eteach is a recruitment agency which operates in the United Kingdom and has a lot of jobs advertised in the international sector as well. So they're a bit of a hybrid, mainly focusing on the United Kingdom, probably England and Wales, but an extensive number of international jobs during normal times. So this is the home page. You see a search engine at the top. You can click straight on the most popular roles, so it's quite useful. As many of these sites do, there's a featured school section. Career advice, we'll take a look at their blog. It's pretty good. It's actually quite a strength of their site. And they have location guides as well, which again are useful if you're thinking of a move to a part of the world you're not familiar with. There's some good information. So let's get straight to the main thing, which is jobs. You can sort it on this section. If you click it, it takes you to another section, which I find is quite useful. So this is all of the 1,391 school and teaching jobs available. Now, there are strengths and weaknesses of eteach and their website. If you click on the parts of the word where jobs are advertised, it's accurate in what it will give you. So there's only 6 in Asia, so we'll have a quick look. As you can see, if you want to work in Asia, a couple of jobs in Vietnam. China, as always, there's always China on every website. So the jobs are there. So let's have a look at the primary school teacher's role for Harrow International Schools. So straight away you know who you're applying to, which I always find is useful. Not every website will tell you the name of the school, and it's useful to know so you can do your background research and a bit of due diligence. So starting in January 2021, job description, duties, responsibilities, and what qualifications you will need. So QTS is essential, as is knowledge of the English National Curriculum. So if you want to apply, you click Apply Now. I'm logged into this site, so it may vary if I logged out. I don't think it varies tremendously. So what's good with this is because I'm registered with eteach and I have availed of their service over the years, my information is already pre-populated, including my CV. Now, if I were to apply, I would have to remove my CV and update it because this one is about 18 months old. And then you can submit your application. A little tip. In some cases, they will ask you for the CV or resume, and you only have one option to upload. Now, in those cases, I would recommend that you save your CV ideally in Word and add a supporting statement to the same document and any other pertinent information. So make it quite separate, that the CV is your standard 2 pages and the supporting statement maybe another 2 pages, particularly if you have information about the school. That can set you apart from other candidates. If you just send a CV, it may not give your full credentials. and it certainly doesn't tell them why you want the job. Now, even for a basic entry-level job, it's still worth doing this, because Harrow International Schools will want to know that you really want to work for Harrow International Schools, and you found something out about their schools, and you found something out about teaching and learning in China or wherever else the job may be, because Harrow exists across the world. And as you can see, for a main scale job, this is a very, very nice income. You could be earning the best part of £50,000. So this is why China is quite an attractive proposition for many teachers in the international sector. And taxes are not particularly high when you compare them to other countries. Not that I'm particularly advocating for China, but that's just the way it is. A lot of colleagues have actually left the Middle East and come to China because they feel that the salaries are that much better. But shop around, as in any region or country, the salaries can vary tremendously from school to school. Now, let's have a look at something which annoys me. So, I'm a school leader, as I've said in previous videos, so I will often check leadership/management. Now, I could refine it to get jobs which are more pertinent to the international sector, but I think we can get the overview from looking through the general jobs on display. So, are these really leadership and management jobs? Now, you can separate out by subject and by institution, but at the same time, an assistant premises manager is technically a manager, but it's all mixed up, and I find that the sorting is okay, but I guess given that it's eteach and it's specifically designed for education, I just expect it to be a bit quicker and easier. The more I've done research for these videos, the more fussy I've become, I think. But it's a good website. I like the simplicity. I do like some of the more responsive ones. I think they're more eye-catching. But eteach, it's uncluttered, user-friendly, and I find easy to kind of see things. It's just not too complicated. So I like that. Now, the recruitment section is for employers, and if you add your CV, quite possibly they're able to see it. I haven't used eteach from the recruitment perspective, but they do offer a range of services for schools to be able to access their service. And I should say their services for teachers and others in education are free, and like many other recruitment agencies, the costs are then passed on to the potential employer. So schools will pay a fee to eteach, whether it's a flat fee for a year or whether it's per hire, I don't know. But that's where they make their money. So we get expert guidance. So if you're building your CV, if you're interested in teaching overseas, maybe a different country, a different region, you want some advice and some more generic advice. And it is possible for NQTs to come straight to the international sector, but you should be very careful that you check out how that affects your QTS status. I don't know for sure, but if you're coming from England, you may need to check that you can get QTS through the international sector, or whether you need to do the QTS year in your own country first. So, very nice blogs, and I've checked the dates and they're up to date. Many of them have been written very recently. So, advice about teaching in China and other countries as you go through, interview techniques, and I've actually used their agent not that long ago, really. I inquired about a principal job in France, and yeah, I was impressed by the follow up. Kind of almost coaching from the representative of eteach. Unfortunately, the guy who I was working with left them, and after a few weeks of no information and constant emails, their leader, Jonathan Price, got back to me, and he was very helpful. And these things happen. It's not something I'd say was a fault of eteach. And they were good. I didn't go through and get that job, but I would say eteach were very good customer service. So let's just have a look at this. So it's quite relevant. It's always relevant, but it's certainly more pronounced in the media right now. The idea of cultural sensitivity and identity in a school. This article was written about a year ago, just over. And it's a good article, and as you can see, without reading the whole article, it's not the purpose of this, they've drawn upon an author who doesn't work for them, which I find refreshing. That's something I really like about eteach's blog. They're not just using their own people to write their material, they're drawing upon people from the international sector, teachers, and other experts. So if you want to contact them, they have the direct phone number. You can email them. They also have an office in Dubai, so it's not just in the United Kingdom. So they're quite widespread in their worldwide reach. And as you can see, they work with over 7,500 schools. They're one of the more established players in the recruitment market for international education. So they really have benefited from building up their database and the schools that they work with. And thus, I think they're trusted by teachers and schools alike. So I would certainly recommend them. They're definitely someone you might want to go to. It's an easy service and it's free. So particularly if you're a UK teacher or you've got background from the United Kingdom, it may be advisable to use eteach. I think if you're from the United States or Canada or one of the Antipodean countries, or who are likely to apply for the English-speaking international sector, it's probably not that helpful, and probably not that useful for teachers coming from other parts of the world. But maybe in the comment box you can tell me different. Maybe eteach have been helpful to you working outside of England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, or the Republic of Ireland as well. So after watching this video, I'd be very grateful if you could like it. That helps me to generate traction towards my website and thus inspire me to keep making these videos. If I know people are watching them and like them, then I'll make more. Also subscribe to my channel so you get a notification of when I update and produce more videos. And that notification comes through YouTube. You don't have to have spam in your email box. And as I say, please use the comment box. I'm really interested in comparisons as well between different recruitment agencies.